Seattle, home of coffee, gum walls, and most importantly, to me at least, PAX West. Hello humans, I'm Yoshiller, and it feels weird to be vlogging with a mask on. I'm used to wearing a mask, I've just never done a vlog with one on. But I'm at my first convention since PAX East back in 2020, and at this time tomorrow, these streets are going to be filled to the brim with all sorts of gamers and cosplayers and all sorts of people who are ready to celebrate PAX West 2020. Oh boy, my mask is falling off. That's going to happen a lot. I'm not used to vlogging with my mask on. I'm used to wearing a mask, but vlogging with one? As you can tell, I'm pretty terrible. Yeah, man. Okay, you know, I'm just going to take the mask off right now. So far, things appear to be relatively the same, just everyone's going around wearing a mask. I also have to speak a little louder because I'm wearing a mask. A lot of companies are not at PAX West this year, namely Nintendo's not at PAX West this year, but I'm still going to try and see what opportunities are available with me attending a convention as we try to approach some sense of normalcy. I am vaccinated, and just last week I did take a COVID test. I do not have COVID, but in terms of regulations for this convention, you do have to prove that you are vaccinated or have taken a recent COVID test, and then they will give you this wristband. Then when you get the wristband, you can go ahead and get your PAX pass. And for the first time, I technically have 2 passes, and I technically have my first ever special guest pass because I was invited onto the ZeldaUniverse panel, so I'll be doing my first panel. It's not my panel, I'm just on it, but still, I'll be in a panel for the first time, so that'll be exciting. For now, this is the Thursday before PAX West. If you want to skip to a specific time or specific moment in this vlog, I'll have timestamps in the description down below. There will also be these little icons, buttons somewhere on the side of the screen so you can get a little preview of what you want to watch. And otherwise, I hope you look forward to watching this vlog as much as I look forward to experiencing it. I love the city of Seattle, so I'm going to wander around for a bit and we'll see where the vlog takes me. Otherwise, I assume I will see you guys tomorrow for day 1 of PAX West 2021. And now here I am inside the convention center, a little bright and early, 8:30 or so. On the first day of PAX, they actually have a media hour, so if you show up at 9 a.m., from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., you get access to the show floor before everyone else, so that's why I'm here. I don't know exactly which of my friends and colleagues are here right now, but I guess I'll see in a moment. But if nothing else, it's nice to see the conventions that are not super crowded. I don't know how crowded it's going to be this year in general, but enjoy the preview while it lasts. Can you guys even hear me okay? I can't even tell. Well, hopefully the audio comes out okay when I get into editing later. So this is the queue entrance. In years past, there have been queues before you get inside to the media room, but I've never actually waited in here. As a matter of fact, it's a little bizarre to be in this room and see it so empty. It's actually just right beside the expo hall. I guess because there are a few other companies that aren't showing up this year, they have more space, so they figured if we have more space, devote it to a queuing section, which is fine. It's just a little weird. PAX West is already going to be weird this year, I accept that, but the idea of waiting in this big open queue room is already psyching me out a little bit. But hey, I only got to wait about 19 minutes, so not so bad. Alright, we are about 1.5 minutes away from the expo hall opening. I wanted to give the staffing forces some credit. It's actually kind of interesting to see how the line queues are actually set up during the midst of a pandemic. So they make you wait in these bigger open areas so everyone can socially distance themselves from one another, so that's pretty neat. Aside from that, I guess as soon as the expo hall opens, they're either going to cut these ropes or we're going to have to walk around and walk to a different location and I'll head inside. What the inside of the expo hall is going to look like, I don't know. I don't know how many people are actually going to socially distance, but that's just kind of the risk you take going to a convention these days. But either way, just kind of wanted to point out how the queuing system works. I think I'm just going to leave my camera rolling because we're going inside so soon. So I guess we'll see what happens. So apparently I waited in the wrong line. This is kind of like the general queue area, but they said they'll let me in when media hour opens anyway. Oh, good to go? All right, let's do it. I gotta follow this nice gentleman. Thank you very much. Yeah, so that's just the general queue line. I waited in the wrong area, but thankfully the staff was super generous and they just let me in anyway. So I get to see what the other half of the expo hall looks like before everyone else rushes over here for media hour, because I guess everyone else is waiting on the opposite side somewhere. So let's go ahead and have a look around during media hour. I think they actually let me in before most other media people. So I'm used to coming into PAX when it's media hour, but it's like even more empty than what it's supposed to be. I think more media people are going to come in a sec, and then they're going to let the attendees in an hour later. But either way, this is the emptiest, most open PAX I've been in so far. And I don't mean that as an insult, I mean that as a compliment. It just feels weird, man. Well, the good news about Media Hour is that I have met up with some familiar and new faces. You guys want to say hello? Hello. You want to shout yourselves out? What do you do? Who are you?
I'm Heath Haskins, Code Primate. I do Roblox mainly.
Great. What do you do? Who are you?
I'm Skip the Tutorial. I do Minecraft videos.
Perfect. Who are you? What do you do?
Hey there, I'm Doug. We do things on this channel that people don't usually do on his channel. I forget what his intro is. I'm Philbo. Hello.
Problems that nobody has.
We solve problems that nobody has. Hello, everybody.
Doug, do you like Dig Dug, the classic arcade game by Namco?
That's absolutely what my name was inspired by. Was that what Doug's name was inspired by?
Do you like Mr. Driller, the spiritual successor?
Yes.
Do you believe Mr. Driller has a chance of being in Super Smash Bros.?
Absolutely not.
Bye. It feels weird because normally when Media Hour starts, I make a mad dash to the Nintendo line because I know that that's where things are going to be most crowded. But there is no Nintendo line this year. So here's what's going on. In about an hour and a half, there's something going on at the PAX Arena. And I am an alternate in case someone cannot participate in the PAX Arena. So I don't know if I'm competing today. If I am, cool. I'll be in the PAX Arena. I'll tweet about it, whatever. If I'm not, I'll go wander the show floor for a bit. As is tradition with my PAX plans, I write everything on a crumpled up piece of paper. On this crumpled up piece of paper, I have alternate plans. If I am in the PAX Arena, that's going to occupy pretty much most of my day. If I am not in the PAX Arena, I'm going to go and register for a couple tournaments. So, oh my goodness. It feels weird to not know what to do during the media hour. This is getting kind of loud, so I'm going to keep moving. All right, so this is the dark, ominous waiting area that is the behind-the-scenes part of the PAX Arena. I still don't know if I'm in this tournament or not, but as far as I'm concerned, these guys are, right? You're all in the Brawlhalla tournament?
I'm an alternate too.
Okay, well, like, I don't know who's actually supposed to be in this tournament besides Abdallah and Phil, but I guess they're here too.
Are you guys in?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
What's
your name?
I'm mac and cheese, please.
Okay, mac and cheese, but what do you go by in real life?
Oh, that's secret.
Okay,
secret.
You have to beat her.
Yeah, Clark.
I get that. Look, I used to do the same thing. I didn't want people to know my identity, so I would just take my Yoshi hat off, and for some reason, people will not realize that I was the same person with the hat on. Wow. So that Clark Kent identity crisis is real.
Oh, I know that.
So this is at least your tiny 3-second glimpse of what this area looks like, and then we'll, if I'm not in the tournament, great, I'll walk around, see what else there is, and if I am in the tournament, this is what I'm doing today. So I'm still here. I'm still not sure if I'm in this tourney or not, but there's other alternates, which is kind of fascinating. So I decided if they're only allowing one alternate, I'm gonna back out. I'll give dibs to someone else. If they're allowing 2 or 3 alternates, I'm fighting for that. I am. This is what I'm doing today. But if it's only one alternate, I don't mind forfeiting it. That's true. You want this alternate because you can be on your team. Because I guess there's like a team round or something. I won't actually really know unless I'm in it. But otherwise, yeah, we're all just kind of hanging out in the waiting area.
In 2v2, I call Abdallah.
Of course, you call Abdallah. Everyone wants Abdallah. You got to explain this.
That's how I'm gonna walk out on bracket.
Okay.
Walk out on the stream.
Who am I to judge? I got a Yoshi hat on my head, so.
How will I secure this guy even up there?
Do you have tape or a pin or something?
No, I just have willpower and charisma.
I respect that.
That was not enough.
That was, you don't, whatever it is, I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see that willpower and charisma.
That's right.
All right, so unfortunately I'm not in the PAX Arena. They had more than enough players and more than enough alternates, so they kicked me out. That's okay. You know, I kind of, at this point when I saw that there were so many alternates, I was kind of ready for them to not pick me. Am I bummed? Yeah, a little bit. It is kind of the thing I blocked out my schedule for today. But you know, it's not like there's not other stuff I can do. So I might go register for another console tourney. I might try to look for some more players. The show floor is open now, so I'm bound to find someone, right? So we'll see what else PAX West 2021 has to offer. So this is the 6th and top floor this year. Normally this is where they put even more booths because there's so many vendors and stuff that show up to PAX that they need more room. So they have more stuff on the 6th floor. But I think this year it might just be for Magic the Gathering. At least this part of the hall is. Yeah, and if I go over here, it might all be for Magic the Gathering, which is a cool game. I don't really play it though. It's just a little weird to see not as many vendors. Yeah, look, it's mostly just tables. I'll tell you what though, if you want to sit down and rest, as backwards as it sounds, go all the way up to the 6th floor, and then you can find the table to sit down on. And if you want to play a tabletop game or something, then I guess this is where you go too. So if you want to buy, oh, it looks like there's a couple of smaller booths up here. So there's this booth right here if you want to buy Magic cards or Pokemon cards. If you want to buy trading cards and tabletop games, this is your booth. Otherwise, yeah, normally there's a ton of stuff on this floor, but it's mostly tables and tabletop related products. I guess there's food back there, that's nice. I might grab food there later. This is the one other booth. So it looks like top floor is tabletop floor. 4th floor is everything else, and then 2nd floor, I guess I still have to look at it. I guess that's where the handheld lounge is. Let me walk around PAX a little more and see what else has been moved around a bit. 2nd floor seems a little empty too. I think it's just a walkway to get to the escalator so you can go up to the other side of the convention center. Normally, right around here is where the handheld lounge is, and they usually have a bunch of, or they previously had a bunch of like beanbag chairs. That was the staple of the handheld lounge. This year I guess you can't have it. Normally when there's a lot more people here, I'm speaking a lot more loudly so I can talk over them, but because it's so vacant, it's kind of this weird vibe. It's calming. I'm fine with that. It's very clearly a different type of PAX than years past. So I'm gonna look around. I will find something to do. It's weird. The main thing I was supposed to do today, I got basically removed from. So tomorrow is my busy day, so today is my exploration day.
From there, I decided to check and see what video game tourneys were available for the day, and I decided to register for a Super Mario 64 Speedrun Tournament. This was the first time I ever entered this style of tourney, and it functioned as follows. 4 players would compete across 4 stations at a time. The players would be instructed to enter a specific level and would then be given 8 minutes to collect as many stars within that level as possible. After 8 minutes, the 2 players that had collected the most stars would advance to the next round. If there was a tie, then the tied players would then compete to collect any star on that level as quickly as possible. The first player, or if there was a 3-way tie, then the first 2 players to collect a star would advance. A gentleman by the name of Sal generously recorded my gameplay footage. So, shoutouts to Sal. Oh, and for those curious, every controller was regularly sanitized once one set of players was done competing. Anyway, for the first round, each player had to play on the first course of the game, Bob-omb Battlefield. I was able to collect 5 stars within the 8-minute time limit, and that was enough to help me advance to the second round. If Koopa the Quick was a little faster, then maybe I would have gotten all 6 stars, but I digress. In the second round, each player had to play on Cool Cool Mountain. I had a fairly good run at the start, but I kept messing up on trying to obtain the Wall Kicks Will Work star near the bottom of the course. Ultimately, I only collected 5 stars, and I was tied with another player. So we then competed to see who could collect any star on the course first. I figured the fastest star for me would be the Little Penguin Lost star. So I went for that one and cleared it in a fast enough time to place me into the third and semi-final round. Though, rather humorously, not every setup was equal. The next course we had to play was technically one that had to be unlocked. So I did a quick speed run on the first Bowser level of the game so that the station could have access to said course. It only took a minute or two, but it was kind of amusing to have a few people just watch me casually play a Bowser level so that we could continue on with the tourney. In the semi-final round, each player had to play on Lethal Lava Land. I had a strong start, but I failed a couple of times trying to use the wing cap to fly across the course, and when I arrived on the platform with the 3 small bully enemies, one of the bullies just wasn't cooperating with me, so I spent way too much time trying to defeat it. I was able to get 5 stars, and as I was on my way to obtain the 6th star, 2 other players had announced that they had already obtained the 6th star of the course. As such, those 2 players advanced to the final round, and I had to compete separately to see if I'd earned 3rd or 4th place. The final round was supposed to be a sort of relay round where players were supposed to enter a variety of different levels and collect 2 stars from each. Then each player would need to clear the first Bowser level at the end, and my opponent decided to drop out. Since I had already cleared the first Bowser course in order for the tourney to progress onward anyway, I was simply granted the honor of earning 3rd place in the tourney. Unfortunately, this tourney did not award any 2nd or 3rd place medals, so you'll just have to take my word on it. But otherwise, I had a fun time participating in a tourney of this format, and I'd like to once again thank Sal for assisting me with recording everything. After that, I continued to wander around the show floor looking for some more things to do, and I came across the PAX Pokemon League, which is a fan-made Pokemon Pokemon competition usually available at PAX events. I competed in one back at PAX East 2020, but I didn't have enough time to take on the whole challenge. This year, since I had plenty of time on my hands, I decided to try and go for the whole thing. So I located the PAX Pokemon League headquarters at this event, and I decided to compete. Under normal circumstances, most badges at the PAX Pokemon League are earned by having Pokemon battles. You know, just like having a gym leader battle in a Pokemon game. But when I was actually at the PAX Pokemon League room, most of the gym leaders weren't there. So I was only able to try and get badges for things that didn't involve battling. One of the badges I earned consisted of me trying to draw a Pokemon from memory. I decided to go ahead and draw my favorite Pokemon, Bailey. And I think that, all things considered, I did a pretty decent job. The people in charge of the PAX Pokemon League figured so as well, so I got a PAX Pokemon League badge. I got a few other miscellaneous badges, but again, no battles today. We'll save that for tomorrow. Eventually, the first day of PAX West 2021 came to a close, and I returned to my hotel room. Oh, I am tired. Tired is good. So I just want to pass out on the bed right here. In fact, I don't know that I've shown the hotel yet. I am staying in the Sheraton, which is right next to the convention center, and we actually have quite a lovely view. We are on the opposite side of the convention center, so if I look out this way, we won't really see the convention center, but it is still nice to see the lovely Seattle city at night. So I do have to give a quick shout out to my mom. She's the one that booked this hotel room, so thank you, mamas. And then I am going to just enjoy this bed. I got third place at the Mario 64 tourney, so I'll take that. That was an eventful thing that I did. And now I'm going to, well, I'm just going to relax and we'll see what PAX has in store for me on future days. I guess I can finally take this off. Yeah, guess what, guys? I got a face. I also have hair. Yeah! Okay. Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to day 2 of PAX. I don't know what's gonna really happen today. Let's see what the world has in store for the wonderful city of Seattle. Alright. Well, the convention center is on the other side of the building, I think. But today, I think I just have a bunch of tourneys. I'm also expecting today to be the busiest day at PAX. Usually Saturday is the busiest, so we'll see what that entails. I don't know, it feels weird to get up for PAX and not have to hustle. Usually I hustle all the time. Sorry, I still have my retainers in. Yeah. Usually I have to hustle all the time and go from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. And I'm not doing that this year. And some folks might say, well, Yoshiller, isn't that a good thing? Isn't it a good thing that you don't have to keep going from one thing to the next? And I don't know. I don't feel right just wandering around most of the time. It's not PAX's fault. PAX is doing what they can. All this to say, in the truest sense, I really don't know what today or any of these PAX days are going to look like, but I will do my best to try and make it work. Just like I'm going to try to get this Yoshi hat on my head with one hand. Close enough. I'll look better in a moment. Ah, there we go. Much better. Alright, so just for good measure, I'm wearing a Pokemon-themed hoodie with a Pokemon-themed shirt. I figured today was a Pokemon day. And just for funsies, I am wearing my Kirby-themed socks. So I'm all geeked out for the day. Now, if I just put my Yoshi hat on, that'll complete the attire. Although I'm still not good at putting this on with one hand. Alright, I'll make it work before I get to the convention center. But first, I'm going to grab some breakfast, and then we'll see what I decide to head to first. I don't vlog food very often. I'm not really a food guy, but I did want to vlog my breakfast because this is the breakfast of champions. I got a freaking ton of meat, but just to make sure I wasn't only eating meat, I got some English muffin and some sourdough bread. So I'm going to power through this, and I'm going to
Get ready to take on the day! Saturday, day 2 of PAX West 2021, baby, woo! Day 2 of PAX! So right now I'm on the 2nd floor. Nobody's here, but it is time to go inside the convention center. Thing is, everyone went to the 4th floor because that's where all the booths are. I don't blame them. I was strategic. I signed up for tournaments. First come, first serve, because each one only has 8 people. So that's what I decided to do. I also wanted to point out real quickly that while I was waiting in line, someone was airdropping memes. So I saved all of them. So I have a bunch of memes on my phone right now. But otherwise, I'm gonna wander around for a bit, and then I signed up for a Pokemon tournament separate from the PAX Pokemon League. And then I signed up for a Super Smash Bros. Tournament. So because they only have 8 players each, I have no idea how these are gonna work, but we're gonna see how they go.
All right, let's get into the nitty-gritty of the PAX West 2021 Pokemon Tournament. This tourney was structured as an 8-player bracket, and the rules followed the official Pokemon VGC format. That is to say, each match was a doubles battle, where players would bring a team of 6 Pokemon, and from there, players would then choose 4 Pokemon to compete in a match. Each round was a set played in a best 2 out of 3 format. I decided to compete using the same team that helped me reach the Master Ball rank in the ranked battle mode of Pokemon Sword and Shield. However, back when I was competing in the ranked battle mode, I often rotated a Blaziken onto my team to help me win a few battles. At PAX West 2021, Blaziken was banned from all Pokemon events, so instead I opted for my Shedinja, since it can sometimes pair well with my Zoroark for all sorts of fun, humorous shenanigans. In the first round, my opponent, Yogi, ran a team whose gimmick relied on inflicting me with status conditions, namely confusion, and lowering my speed so that he could gain the upper hand. He won the first match, but in the second match, my team was able to pull through and knock him out. And when we went to Game 3, once again, my team worked through the confusion and took out Yogi's team, allowing me to advance to the semi-final round. In round 2, my opponent, Sean, ran a more dynamic team consisting of notable top-tier Pokemon. Our first game went on for quite a while and almost ran out the match timer, and I barely prevailed after my Alcremie was able to endure a hit from Sean's Incineroar. Incineroar dealt so much recoil damage to itself that my Alcremie was able to take out its remaining health through some chip damage. As Sean and I played our second game, the tournament organizer informed us that the Pokemon tourney was already going a bit beyond its scheduled time slot. The organizers needed to prepare for other PAX tourneys and events. So Sean and I tried to play our second match as quickly as we could, though the game still wound up taking a pretty lengthy amount of time. Sean was the victor, which meant we needed to play a third game as a tiebreaker. After a turn or two in Game 3, I had already lost one of my Pokemon due to a poor play on my part. So I decided that, for the sake of time, Sean should be deemed the victor. While it may have been possible for me to win the game, the odds were very unlikely, and it would have presumably been another long match anyway. So I forfeited the third game, and thus I was eliminated from the tourney. Despite this, the tournament organizer awarded me a 3rd place medal. We didn't really have time to have another round to see who would get 3rd or 4th place, so I was just given 3rd place. As such, this marks the first time I'd ever won a medal from a PAX tourney, even though I also got 3rd place at the Super Mario 64 tourney the day prior. Still, the fact that I got 3rd at a Pokemon tourney feels kinda cool to me, as it at least means that my skills as a Pokemon competitor are growing.
Okay, I ran back to the hotel room real quickly because I wanted to change jackets. I have the Zelda panel this evening, so I thought I should wear a Zelda hoodie. I like my Zoroark hoodie, so I wore that while I did Pokemon-related stuff, but I only have one Zelda-themed thing for this event. May as well wear the Zelda hoodie to it. So now I'm wearing a Yoshi hat, Zelda hoodie, Pokemon shirt, and Kirby socks. So I think I'm set for the rest of the day. But here's what I have to do now. So at 3 p.m., which is in 7 minutes, I don't know if you guys can see my watch, whatever, 7 minutes, I have to go to the PAX Pokemon League to try and do another PAX Pokemon League challenge. Then at 4 p.m., I have a Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Handheld Tourney that I have to do. Then at 5 p.m., I have a Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Console Tourney that I have to do. And then at 7 p.m., I have to do the Zelda panel. So I said I wanted to hustle, I said I wanted a busy day. I guess I got what I asked for, so hopefully everything works out.
And on that note, following the Pokemon tourney, I returned to the PAX Pokemon League, where I participated in 6-on-6 single battles in hopes of defeating each of the league's leaders in order to become a PAX Pokemon League champion. These battles were pretty rough, and to be honest, I was mainly able to win due to just having a ton of luck on my side. You know the shtick, my opponents missing crucial moves and me inflicting status conditions when I don't necessarily mean to. It was great for me, but I felt kinda bad. I had won a fair share of badges for the day, but I didn't have enough time to participate in the whole league as I had to run over to a Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Tourney. And to be clear, there were 2 Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Tourneys at PAX West 2021, and I was registered for both of them. The first tourney took place at the Handheld Lounge, and it required players to play wirelessly in one-on-one matches in handheld mode. These matches had items on, and players were allowed to play on any stage. I took advantage of this opportunity to attempt to play on all sorts of goofy, gimmicky stages. I figured I'm actually kind of used to playing on these stages, so that would give me the upper hand. And if nothing else, my opponent and I might just pick random, and I'd hope for the best. Each round was a set where players would play best 2 out of 3. Because the matches were played wirelessly, I was able to save a couple of replays of my matches so that you folks could get a general understanding of how the tourney went. And for the most part, I did quite well. I primarily played as Banjo, as I figured these matches had items and gimmicky stages enabled, so he'd be more optimal due to his explosive projectiles, powerful throws, and noteworthy Wonder Wing. There were definitely some matches where I got my butt handed to me, and while there were definitely matches that contained moments where I definitely had to be more strategic and skillful than my opponent, most matches came down to just getting the right item at the right time. I wish I had more to say about the tourney, but the only other thing I can really say is that I won! Yeah, I wound up winning the whole tourney, which means I won a PAX tourney for the first time, and I did so on the same day that I won my first medal for another tourney too. Sure, there's something to be said about the amount of people participating at PAX this year being significantly less than in years past, and there's something to be said about how I won an item-based gimmick Super Smash for this tournament, but hey, a first place medal is a first place medal. I don't have a replay of the final round that I played, unfortunately, as my opponent and I played on a different setup. He had a Switch hooked up to his laptop so he could use his laptop as a monitor, so we both just agreed to play off of his monitor, but that means I don't have a replay saved on my own Nintendo Switch. But I was at least able to record a quick clip to prove that I won. I did it! This wonderful player played Inkling, and I was able to be victorious on Small Battlefield! Woo! Thank you very much. That's it. That's all I got. A gold. I've never had a gold medal before.
Gold medal for you.
Thank you very much. All right.
And silver. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well played.
All right, thanks guys. Following that tourney, I immediately ran on over to another Super Smash Bros. Ultimate tourney. This was a much bigger, more serious tourney. I believe this event had about 128 registered players, and this tourney took place at the big console free play area. Each set of matches was played on one console with GameCube controllers, but for the sake of time, there were no sets for the first few rounds of the tournament. That means that each player would play one match against his or her opponent, not best 2 out of 3, and the winner of that one match would advance to the next round. Additionally, most of the setups did not have all of the downloadable content for the game. Since I was a little crunched on time, I actually kind of wanted to lose, but I was also curious to see how far I'd make it into the tournament. In any case, I played as Yoshi for each of the matches that I did play, and I wasn't able to record any of my matches due to time restraints and just overall inconvenience. All in all, I made it to the 3rd round of the tourney where I lost to a respectable Cloud player. So, in other words, I basically went 2-1 at this tourney, and you know what? I'll take that. Then I had to skedaddle on out of there and move on to my next event of the day. So I'm on my way out of the convention center right now. It's actually like mostly closed, so I'm just making my way toward the exit. The Smash Ultimate Tourney is like expected to go till 9, so it is kind of for the better that I got eliminated. It is 6:17 right now. So I'm gonna make my way to the Zelda panel, which is not in the convention center, it's actually in the hotel I'm staying in. So that's perfect because as soon as the panel is over, I can just go upstairs and rest. So it's been a fun, busy day. Let's do a panel. Let's see what happens. All right, well at this point, whatever panel was just before us let out, and
Hi!
we're ready to go on into this panel. Hi!
Yay! How are you doing?
I am great now that you're here. How are you doing?
Pretty good.
I was just in a Smash tourney, and had I won, it would have gone until like, well, technically till like 9 p.m.
Yeah.
I was thinking, someone just like beat me already so I can go do this panel. And they're like, why don't you just disqualify yourself? And I'm like, I'm too prideful to just quit.
I totally get
Someone
that.
just beat me. So someone did, and I was like, thank you for beating me. I promise I didn't throw the match. I'm gonna go do a panel, and then I dashed out of there. Now I'm here.
Nice.
So,
Perfect.
yeah, and then I'm also in this hotel, so whenever we're done.
Oh, me too.
Yeah,
So,
perfect. All right, great.
awesome.
Well, thank you for having me on the panel. I'm flattered. It's my first panel.
Is it really?
It is.
Holy crap.
I watch everyone else's. I've never actually been on.
Okay, well,
so I'm
so
really
glad
honored.
Oh
Thank
my
you.
gosh, I'm so excited you're on here.
Yeah, I wore the Zelda hoodie for
you
just the
again.
occasion. Yeah.
Perfect.
Great. All right, thank you so much. All right, I don't mean to keep you. I'm ready to go in whenever you're ready to go in.
All right, let's do this.
Let's do it. So this is awesome. I've been inside of panel rooms before, but I haven't been on the stage in a panel. That's not true. I have been on a stage once. I've never been on a panel is my point. So it's actually kind of cool to look out and see that these seats will be mostly filled in a minute, and I'll have the opportunity to hopefully not embarrass myself in front of not only the people in this theater, but the hundreds or thousands of people that are watching it on the stream. So enjoy this perspective while the lights blind me, because as they blind me, you guys will get to understand what I'm looking at when I'm looking at. I'll be blind, and I'll just have to hope that people are smiling in the audience, and if they're not,
At least I don't have to see it.
It's fine.
That's true too. That's the perk of wearing a mask, is you don't have to worry about people not smiling. It doesn't matter. All right, very cool. Well, thank you guys for having me on. I really do appreciate it. I don't know who Gary is, but Gary was here. Whoever was before us. Do I dare see what this says? I used to be an adventurer like you, but then I took an arrow to the knee. Great. Glad I read that. All right. This is so cool. I'm so excited. Even just vlogging myself with this in the background is cool. Thank you so much.
I love that background.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Dude, look at this. Look at everybody coming in. It's so cool. I'm so excited. It's like a dream come true. So if nothing else, this will be like a, oh. Thank you. I realize doing a goofy face doesn't matter if I have a mask on, but whatever.
Like, I keep smiling and I'm like, oh wait, nobody can see anything because I'm wearing a mask.
I'm excited. This is like a highlight for me. I'm forever in your debt. If there's anything I can, you want me to pay for GameWorks? I'll do it. Like, I'm so excited.
I was excited just to have you on. I figured you were like always doing things like this.
I never a panel. Just like always messing with people, but never a panel.
Okay, I'm
All
gonna
right.
go on another panel.
I'm glad. Thank you.
Well, you're at like some of the same stuff I am.
I know, but I'm not like running a website.
So we're going to look at the champions and their predecessors. So we've got, Mifa, we've got Urbosa, love Urbosa, Daruk, and Rivali. Who's everybody's favorite champion here?
Urbosa.
Urbosa. Yeah, she's my favorite. What about you guys?
I like Daruk. He's my boy.
I like him.
I love Daruk.
Urbosa.
Yeah, no.
Okay, so I'm the odd one out because Mifa's my favorite.
Oh, she's great.
But as I kind of study Breath of the Wild's story some more, now that I played Age of Calamity and stuff, Mifa was still my favorite to play as in Age of Calamity, but Rivali's kind of grown on me. Because
I love him.
I want to know are there any diehard Rivali fans at all?
Me.
it's okay if you don't like
there's
him,
like
that's kind of the point,
no.
right? The reason he's kind of grown on me is there's something to be said about a character who's so cocky and so arrogant and is just such a jerk to you throughout the entire time you play the game. And then he dies anyway.
Yeah.
Like,
And we like that?
And so you see him 100 years later, and he's still a bit of a jerk, but he's kind of chilled out of it. He's like, hey, you know what, dude? Even I couldn't do it. That means you probably can't do it either.
Yeah, but then like Link does, and he's like,
yeah, so like,
well, whatever. Like
so
still, and it's like, dude.
so he's grown on me, but otherwise Mifa's my favorite.
And he died to the easiest one, too.
Literally the
That's
easiest one.
actually
See, and all that.
And the panel is over, and I had fun, and that means I have to get off the stage now. So, yeah, all in all, good stuff. I threw in a couple of jokes, I guess. I hope people liked it. And we gave out some prizes, and I had fun. I assume everyone else had fun. But now I must exit the theater, so I got to show you guys what it looked like before everyone came in here, and now I get to show you guys what it looks like afterward, which is pretty much the same. Only difference is we're heading that direction. So, I don't know what the rest of today is going to look like. Today might actually be over, and if that's fine with me, because I can just go upstairs and rest. I might grab some dinner, but otherwise, I would say that was a pretty good Saturday at PAX West 2021. I will take it. It's 9:33. The convention center opens in 27 minutes, and for some reason, I can barely move. Oh, but I gotta get there early if I want to register for some tournaments. And yes, before anyone says anything, these are the pajamas I wore to this event, this holiday looking stuff. Alright, I gotta get up. Alright. It's a beautiful Seattle day. I'm gonna spend it walking around the convention center and maybe doing some PAX Pokemon League stuff. We'll see what day 3, Sunday, of PAX West 2021 has to offer. Okay, I was able to get myself out of the bed. So it's 9:49 right now. Show floor opens in about 11 minutes. I'm going to try to make a mad dash toward the Handheld Lounge again and sign up for a Mario Kart tourney. And then I will probably spend most of my day either doing PAX Pokemon League stuff or just aimlessly wandering on the show floor. I'm not entirely certain. This is basically my last day at PAX because tomorrow I fly home. So I'm going to try to view whatever I haven't viewed yet. So we'll see what's in store with that.
The two tourneys I entered for the day were both for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on the Nintendo Switch. One took place in the Handheld Lounge and the other took place in the console free play area. For the Handheld Lounge, races were held in groups of 4 with each player using his or her own Nintendo Switch system wirelessly. After racing on 4 tracks that were each chosen at random, the top 2 players would advance to the next round. Although I was able to perform fairly well early on in the tourney, I was eliminated shortly afterward after I made a crucial mistake on Bowser's Castle, where I was crushed by Bowser's hand and had no chance of catching up. Follow that up with races where I basically stayed in the same position the entire time, and ultimately I came in 3rd place, which was not enough to have me advance to the next round. So my run in the Handheld Tourney for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe was short-lived, but some good came out of it. Because I was able to use my own system, I was able to save a couple of gameplay clips, and more notably, I finally obtained enough coins to unlock the in-game gold glider, which requires 5,000 coins to obtain it all. So I'll be using that glider the next time I record a Mario Kart 8 video for my channel.
So I did not win the Mario Kart tourney. I didn't even advance to the final round because I made very foolish mistakes. But I get to walk away a winner because I got the gold glider. Did anyone else get the gold glider?
No. Congrats.
You already have it?
I have it.
Alright, goodbye everybody. Okay, so I got swept in the first Mario Kart tourney at the Handheld Lounge. But there's another chance because now there's the Mario Kart tourney at the Console Lounge. It's a much bigger tournament. Hopefully I'll stand a better chance. And also, just to give you guys a quick update on things, when I went out to go grab lunch, some dude just gave me this pin. And that's awesome because I play as Banjo and Kazooie in Super Smash Bros. So I have a Banjo and Kazooie pin. So even if I don't win the Mario Kart tourney, I at least have a pin. So I'm gonna try to put that on my lanyard right now. And then I will compete in this Mario Kart tourney. I don't know how much footage I'm gonna be able to get. I'm having a little bit of a difficult time trying to get people to record footage of me. So depending on how far I get, maybe I'll have more footage, maybe I'll have no footage at all. You'll just have to take my word on things. If I win though, you guys will be sure to hear about it. So for now, Mario Kart tourney starting in a couple minutes.
Following the Handheld Tourney came the Console Tourney, and although this was a much bigger tourney, the rule set was mostly the same. 4 players would compete on each console setup, and the 2 highest ranking players after 4 races would advance to the next round. The main difference was that this tourney had 4 players on one television setup rather than 4 players playing wirelessly. However, the controllers were still wireless, and this led to several issues involving input delay and latency. I wasn't able to record entire races, but just know that the input delay had cost me several integral moments. I'd be drifting, I'd let go of the drift button, and my character would still be drifting forever. I'd mash the drift button to try and get my character to stop, and that wouldn't matter until my character either hit a wall or fell off the stage. My inputs would not always go through. So I basically had to do a lot of these races without drifting, just because I couldn't rely on it. I was lucky enough to make it to the second round, but ultimately the players who advanced in the tourney the furthest were players that often brought their own controllers or just used a Pro Controller instead of Joy-Cons. And so in the second round, I was eliminated from the tourney. Alright, so the Mario Kart tourney is still going on. I got eliminated. I do have to blame the controllers a little bit. There was a bit of latency and it definitely messed me up in like the second and third rounds. But you know what though? My opponents definitely knew the game and were definitely deserving to make it into the next round. So like, even if there wasn't controller latency, they probably still would have won, or you know, maybe I would have gotten second. But like, even then, I'm glad I at least made it to the second round. I did have fun. Everyone was super nice. There were even some people cheering for me, so I'm flattered about that. Otherwise, I'm actually kind of tired. I know it's only like 3:30 or so. I might head back to the hotel room and take a nap, and then I might come out and do 1 or 2 things. But otherwise, I'm kind of winding down. I've been kind of going nonstop yesterday and today, so maybe I'll grab a snack and I'll rest for a bit, and then we'll see what else I do for PAX. But otherwise, we are nearing the end of my PAX endeavors, folks. So I hope you've enjoyed the ride like I have. After the Mario Kart 8 tourneys, I mostly spent the rest of my day wandering around the show floor and eventually finishing up the PAX Pokemon League. I eventually defeated enough players and earned enough badges to challenge the league's champion. She had several powerful and quirky Pokemon, including a Kingler, who I guess was the PAX Pokemon League signature Pokemon of the event. Even so, I lucked out in my champion battle. She missed some important moves, and she forgot that my Goodra could have Sap Sipper for its ability. I was able to boost the stats of my Dragonite so much that I eventually wound up sweeping the battle, and as such, I became a PAX Pokemon League champion. And I got a couple of little prizes as awards.
I did it! I cleared the PAX Pokemon League! Yeah! Alright, what's the name of this pin?
This is the overcaffeinated emblem.
Overcaffeinated. Oh, I see, because it has a Ludicolo in a coffee mug. I love it. Thank you so much. Alright, I did it! So I can either pick one that says West Champion or PAX Pokemon League. I gotta go for West Champion. All right, thank you so much. Yeah.
And then you get that.
Ooh. All right.
One of these.
They are all. Ooh, thank you. They are all nice prizes. It would be a little bit of a disservice to pick a Pokemon I don't compete with, so I think the safest option is just to go for the Pikachu, if that's okay. Well, I'm about to leave the convention center. Just wanted to point out, thanks to the PAX Pokemon League, I got this big old Pikachu. So I've been in there for like the past hour, just kind of playing games. We played Jackbox and Super Smash Brothers and stuff, and because I got all of the PAX Pokemon League pins, they gave me a prize of my choice, and I chose this big old Pikachu, so I'm going to carry that. But I thought as I leave the convention center, I should kind of do my final thoughts, because I'm not going to be here at PAX on Monday, which is technically the final day. But today is my final day. So I wanted to say overall, I think given the circumstances, PAX West did a good job. I will say it's not my favorite PAX I've attended. It is fairly empty, and I do have some critiques I'd like to make. But I acknowledge that it had to be different. It was not going to be the same as any other PAX. You know, obviously I'm wearing a mask, obviously there are a lot fewer attendees and vendors, but given what PAX had to work with, it's not their fault that there are only a couple people here. At some point, conventions had to go back, conventions had to start up again, and it's going to take a long time before we get back to that sense of normalcy. So for that reason, this felt like a good kind of like transitionary convention. It's going to take maybe 2 or 3 more conventions minimum before things truly feel normal again. For now, I did have fun. I did have some neat experiences. I'm glad I was able to do things like the PAX Pokemon League. I got to compete in a fair share of tournaments. I did get to see a few old faces again. And overall, I do want to keep attending PAX. As far as PAX West 2021 is concerned, if people did not attend it, I feel like if there was a PAX to not attend, it might have been this one. But I at least got some good out of it. So my vlog is coming to a close here. Just wanted to say one final goodbye before I step out of the convention center one final time, because it's like 7 o'clock. And so as soon as I pass through those doors, I'm not going to be allowed back in. So get a good look at the get a good look at the Washington State Convention Center here in Seattle, folks, because once I step through those doors, I'm not going to be able to look back at it again until another convention takes place inside of here and I choose to attend it. So here's hoping that there is a PAX West 2022 and that there's all sorts of other vendors and attendees that choose to visit the convention again. All right, I'm rambling. I'm finally going to step outside with this big old Pikachu plush, and hopefully I can get to my hotel room safely. All right, thanks for watching, everybody. All right, one last clip before PAX ends, because I'm exhausted. I had a nice dinner. I grabbed a nice dessert. Now I'm back in my hotel room, finishing off with the season finale of Rick and Morty. So this is the proper way to end PAX West, is just to kick back, relax, enjoy the fact that it's a vacation, and just watch something. It works out that it's the weekend that it's the season finale of Rick and Morty. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you all in future videos. Bye-bye, humans. Whoosh. And that pretty much concluded my last day at PAX West. I can honestly say that I had fun at PAX West 2021, but I don't know how often I'll be attending conventions in the near future. If nothing else, it was nice to catch up with some friends and try to get back into the groove of things. Everyone was very nice and professional, and I still got to participate in things that can only be experienced at events such as PAX. We'll see what other events and opportunities come up in the future, but for now, I did want to say thank you all for watching my vlog, and thank you PAX for hosting such a fun experience. Okay, so you guys remember when I was at the PAX Arena and I was hanging out in the back area and I was just chatting with people? Well, this nice young lad was there too. He was apparently in the Nintendo World Championships, and he and I were both alternates for the Brawlhalla event. Ultimately, they only picked one alternate. I'm glad it was you, because you went on to win the whole thing. Obviously, I'm a little jealous, but I think that's so freaking cool. I'm like honored to know you. How's your PAX now that you've done that?
I feel amazing. I wasn't even supposed to be in this tournament, and then I just won the entire thing.
No, we were chatting. Obviously, we all wanted to be in it, but they can only have like 8 people, and so we were chatting, and I was like, you know, I was fortunate to have done PAX Arena at PAX East last year. I don't have to be in it. This guy was never in it, so I was like, you know what? Not that I had the ultimate say, but I was like, I want him to be in it, and they did pick him. and he won. That's like the coolest success story.
Yeah.
Write that down, save it forever. There's pictures somewhere, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm so happy. Did they give you the big trophy?
Yeah, the trophy is heavy. It was like 20 pounds or so, like maybe a little more.
No, that's awesome, dude. I hope I can be in the PAX Arena with you in the future, but for now, thanks for being in my vlog.
Yeah, no problem. I'll be at East, actually.
Oh, okay, great. What's your tag?
8 out of 16.
8HAL16?
8 out of 16. So it's like Bowser, but remove the B, put the 8, and then 16 at the end.
Perfect. All right, this guy's my hero. Thank you so much, man.
Hey, thank you for watching my video. If you want to continue to support my content, the best thing you can do is like this video and subscribe to my channel. All you have to do is click the little buttons down below. Also, please be sure to follow me on Twitter to stay up to date with my video schedule. My tag is @RealYoshiller. I hope to see you all in future videos. Bye-bye! Whoosh!